So I've been working for too long now, but we're actually ready almost to ship in some really nice UI changes that Jared has been working on for many years. I feel like so. This is the dashboard we all know and love, pretty much the same as we're used to. If we jump to the workbook, this is the new workbook. I'm going to pull this off the edge so that problems not in my way. So this is things you've mostly seen before. We have rearranged a little bit more. One thing is that the inspector is now actually in a drawer over here, and you can resize it if you want to. It's a little awkward, but we decided to do that. Part of the reason we did this is that we actually support opening many drawers now, so you can have all the drawers if you really want to. Um, might be a little overwhelming, but for people who have really big screens, it's useful. The next step we want to do down the road is actually let you rearrange them so you can choose what you want where. That'll be a later thing. Um, Sorry, looking through my list here. Down here, you'll notice that we can actually scroll through these. This is all stuff we've seen before. We refined the scrolling a little bit to be a little more, a little faster to jump around. You can also go ahead and grab one and just move it. And that's reordering working. So we actually have drag and drop reordering, which I think is like our top requested feature. Um, all of this, of course, responds to themes really nicely. So I can flip through my themes or switch to dark mode, and that works. Still trying to refine some of the color themes in dark mode because dark mode's a jerk with gradients.
Luke, I
Um,
missed this. Is this out? What state is this in right now?
this will be shipping over the next week or so. Um, yeah, basically, this became a very large PR that we are now shipping parts of piecemeal out. So a few pieces, supporting pieces have gone out, and I'm going to be chunking them out.
Yeah, we're just going to get an immediate question on when the tab
Yeah,
switching is
I would
coming.
say
It's
before July 1st, all of this will be live.
cool.
There's a little bit of caution we have to be with the embed stuff just because we are doing layout shifts and I want to be real gentle with that to make sure we don't scare anybody. But yeah. I guess one more thing, we did move the field toggle over here as well. So everything about these columns that scroll sideways are all controlled over here now. What am I missing? Oh, this is not fully complete yet, but one thing we're playing with is a drawer that gives you an overview of the workbook. So it'll show you all your tabs. This will be resizable as well. And you'll get a little like chart preview. It's not a live preview. It's not going to show you which kind of chart it is. It's not fully working. You can also search if you have a really big workbook in here. You could do like, I want overview, that one. Yeah. And then you can jump to it and it'll actually jump you right into that spot. So nice sort of improved thing. The search was the primary thing we're going for there. It still needs a little bit more polish. But yeah, so am I forgetting anything? Not in that one.
Luke, will the preview be in there
Other change.
at some point?
Yes,
Okay.
it'll ship in. Oh, sorry, the preview, like the live preview that what's in there.
Yeah.
We have some dreams. It'll be a while. But yes, so it's definitely in the roadmap to do that later on. Um, so then this layout change also applies to a new navigation structure. So rather than jumping to home, I actually get my nav right on top here, and I can go jump to home that way. You'll notice that the homepage has changed some. So we've gotten rid of the top menu and switched to having it as a side menu. Development settings, formerly known as admin, is down here. You can jump into those and jump back out. Same with that. What am I forgetting? Oh, controls. This is also built to be nice and responsive. So an iPad Air, which basically just works. Maybe like a Pro, iPhone Pro, works just fine. And if you're calling, a tiny iPhone also works fine. So you can move in and out. Um, and this all works, within the content as well. So you can jump in and out and back and forth. Sorry, looking at my. Oh, I did. Sure. Oh, I'm just gonna drop out of this mode. Sorry. This also themes really nicely. So we have like a green, a yellow, and then for embed, we have a really nice, I guess you call it boring theme, but just blank. So just is gray. So for the folks who really want something low key, that works really nicely. And then these do work really nicely with dark mode. So the dark modes are really lovely. So yeah. Trying to think if I'm forgetting anything in here. Oh, I guess the other thing that came in here is we did move the new analysis button up here. Pops out the same way we're used to. And we were originally planning to do this right away, but we kept getting frustrated where to put this. And so we needed a reason to have something taking the space. So we have search now. So you can go look for like Bob, and it'll find you that Bob was the author here. Or you can do cat. There's no match used because it's too fast to see it snap in. So I have a fake sleep in it because it's local. I think it'll be moderate performance in a real world. This is not a good long-term plan of how this works, but it'll probably work fine for a few months, and we can scale into actually building a real engine behind it. Stuff works.
What are the things you can search on, Luke?
What's that?
What are the types of things you can search on right now?
You can search for anything you see in the listing. So, so like name, the date doesn't work right. It's annoying because it's not actually under the hood a date. But like name of the author, the folder it's in. So like marketing is a folder here. That'll work just fine because it found that text. If you do multi-term search like this and this, that won't work because it thinks it's one word. But if you split it with a space, it'll find them separately. So it's doing splitting and doing the proper thing there. So yeah, that all works. And it also does respond nicely. So if we go back to our iPads are a bad example. Let me clear the search. So basically on like a smaller tablet, it would do this. On a phone, like this guy, it'll just cover. So you can just get in and out that way. And once you've loaded it once, it'll snap in every time. The results are cached in your browser until you reload the page. So yeah. And I think that's it.
Luke, is this using Postgres's search index functionality, or is it in the front end?
It's entirely in the front end. It is the most brute force search you can imagine. So yeah. It actually uses the exact same, it hits the all loader, loads that content in, stringifies it, and then searches the stringified versions of those. But it actually works fine. So yeah, looking at our current customers, nobody has that much content, so it actually works out pretty well. So yeah.
Are we going to keep the new analysis button on the mobile view?
Yep.
That you were just in?
It's not a great experience, but if you really need to go look up a number, we don't want to hide it. So yeah.
Okay.
And we will invest in that experience as we go forward. Right now, we explicitly situation. If you make your browser small on desktop, this actually works. Is actually not terrible. This is about the size of the phone. It might be a little bigger, and you can do it. You gotta collapse this, and it's actually kind of usable.
Yeah, it's fine. I use it all the time.
We do this to it. So when you emulate mobile, we force it to a full screen display. Colin told us to do it. It may be worth backing that change out now. We can play with it with Colin and see what you think.
My only thing is the page needs to be usable.
Yeah.
Like you can tweak it, but the problem is there's some screens in our app that you actually can't get to the buttons that you need because we resized it. And I'd rather stay full screen unless we're going to explicitly make sure it works.
Yep.
So that it's possible.
The only one we're playing with right now is the workbook. Everything else sizes pretty elegantly. In the workbook, we'd have to go spend a little investment if we wanted to do this to it. So TBD, we'll decide. For now, you zoom and scroll when it's kind of awful, but if you really need that number, you can get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.